story is hard to tell, and it's not because it's so terribly graphic. It's because it's quiet. Because sometimes what breaks you isn't what the world can see. It's what happens behind closed doors when no one's watching. Because he didn't hit her that night, and there wasn't a bruise, not a mark, nothing that would ever show up in a photograph. But he turned her world upside down to remind her that he was capable of doing it. And I mean literally. This is Annie's story, and I'm telling it for her. It happened on an ordinary evening, the kind that should have been forgettable. She was thinking about enrolling in the state university and had ordered a catalog, and it had arrived in the mail. She was flipping through it. She had no intention at that time of leaving him, and she certainly didn't think she would ever be better than him. She just wanted to stand beside him as an equal. But equality to a man like Santino was an unforgivable offense. That's what she found out. Because when she told him, she had hoped for a flicker of admiration. Instead, he smiled. It was that smile, that smirk. The one that told her that he was already trying to figure out how he was going to punish her. Later that night, he came up behind her, no warning, no words. He lifted her up by the waist, and he somehow managed to flip her upside down. Her hair was brushing the floor. Her body was frozen in shock. He didn't hurt her physically, but he didn't need to. He said, "Remember, Annie, no matter what degree you get, you will never be above me." Then he just set her down calmly, like nothing had happened, and he just walked away. And she stood there. She was trembling, disoriented. Says Lexa, she always has to come and see when she thinks I'm upset. I'm sorry. She stood there trembling and disoriented, like I said, and she had realized that he had found a new way to break her without even raising his fist or putting his fist through the wall. That's a kind of story that's hard to tell, because then, people ask, well, why didn't you leave? And you wish you could explain to them that sometimes the fear isn't about getting hurt. It's about just being erased, disappearing. I know that other survivors know the feeling, and they know exactly what I'm trying to say here. The humiliation that kind of hides behind, "He didn't hit me." The gaslighting that whispers, "If he didn't hit you, then it can't be abuse." Because sometimes that's what family says, especially when the person looks so charming and innocent. But it is abuse. It's the abuse that gets into your bones, the kind that rewires your sense of safety. And then, of course, it makes you doubt your reality. Annie wasn't trying to win. She was vying for her husband's respect. She wanted to bring something of herself into the world, something good, something healing. But she found out that control doesn't like a partnership. It wants ownership. And that's what makes this story so hard to tell, because the world still struggles to believe stories that don't leave bruises. That's what I have found. This is for every man or woman who's ever been told that they were overreacting, for every Annie who was flipped upside down emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and still found the strength to stand back up. Always remember that you didn't imagine anything, you endured it, and you are proof that healing doesn't require anyone's permission. I'm Keil Hackley, attorney and author of the book Undercurrent, and your host here. Annie's story reminds us how important truth is. It matters, especially the quiet truths that just get walked over. If this story spoke to you, I hope you'll comment and speak up and share your strength, because it's your stories that keep this podcast going. That means so much. And as always, please remember that you are stronger than you ever believed. You are a warrior against narcissistic abuse. You are tenacious, and you're never going to give up on what's important to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always showing up. And until next time, know that I honor your truth. You are not alone in this space. And until next time, please take good care of yourself. And I will see you very soon. Bye.